There are 4 layers that, if you get them right, you'll be able to operate at 100% of your abilities. The first layer is the hormonal layer. Your hormones, your testosterone, growth hormone, neurotransmitters are basically your body's command system. They dictate how strong you are, your ability to build muscle, your ability to recover, how you perceive the world, your energy levels, your motivational levels. They control basically everything that happens in your body. And why the hormonal layer is important? Well, testosterone, for example. Without testosterone, your ability to build muscle will be heavily impacted. Someone with low testosterone will have a harder time building muscle compared to someone with high levels of testosterone. Without growth hormone, you cannot repair tissues properly. Not only that, but the mental part too. Your motivation will tank, your aggression will tank. Aggression in a good way, not aggression in fighting people or being aggressive with people, but aggression on going after the things that you want, not giving up. This is also aggression. Without neurotransmitters, your central nervous system cannot fire the signals at this max speed, and you will not be able to produce as much strength. And also it can impact on how you feel. You'll maybe feel sluggish, lazy, heavy, because your central nervous system is not doing great. And if your gut and central nervous system are not healthy, strong, regulated, your hormones will suffer. They won't be at healthy levels, so you will never be able to operate at your maximum potential. Now, how do you improve the hormonal layer? It all starts with your gut and central nervous system. Your gut breaks down the food, transforms it into raw materials to build tissue, to build testosterone. For example, it turns the cholesterol to hormones like testosterone that will help you build muscle, have more strength, heal faster. And if your gut is weak, is damaged, no matter how much steak you eat, your hormones will be low because you cannot properly utilize the minerals, the vitamins, and all of these things that builds your body, that builds your system. And also the amino acids from protein, the carbs. All these 3 macros have to be in check. They have to be well balanced, well timed for optimal hormonal health and general health. The problem is that there's people who go very restricted with their diets. For example, carnivore, vegan, and keto. I've seen a lot of these. With time, these people end up messing up their health, their hormones because of this. I've done carnivore and keto a couple years ago, and this is what I've noticed. The first months, first weeks, you feel great. But it gets to a point where your hormones are all messed up, all wrecked, and you start feeling the side effects of restricting the carbs, for example. And with veganism, it's clear. By the way, if this message resonates with you and you want help with these things, you want to get a better health, you want to get a better digestion, more energy, be confident with your body, get stronger, you can go in the first link in the description, book a free strategy call. I will help you for free, okay? We'll do a 20 minute call, I'll help you for free, and I'll show you what I can do for you. If you want to work with me, nice. If you don't want to work with me, it's also nice. I will not force sell you anything. I'll give you the value. And yeah, your central nervous system is your electrical system. It tells your muscles how hard to contract. And when you have a healthy, well-functioning central nervous system, more force you can produce and the better your recovery will be. Having a well-recovered central nervous system is important for you to get stronger, to lift more weight. Because if you train, you know this. If you do heavy squats today and you feel like this tiredness, your central nervous system is tired, and tomorrow you cannot do the same weight. And if you don't recover properly, if your central nervous system is not primed to recover, your progress will be slower. Because for you to be as strong as possible, to get as strong as possible, you want to give your CNS the stimulus and be able to recover as fast as possible so you can give it the stimulus again so you can keep growing in strength. And what you can do, you can start by eating more raw, enzyme-rich foods to strengthen your digestion, because for a good digestion, you need the bacteria, the enzymes, the food in its raw state, where it will have the enzymes and the bacteria and the minerals, vitamins in its natural state, in its best state to be absorbed and utilized by the body. And the enzymes and the bacteria will strengthen your gut, will make your gut better at absorbing nutrients, will make your gut functioning how it is supposed to be. Foods like raw milk, raw eggs, raw cheese, raw fermented foods, these foods are good to give your gut some bacteria and enzymes that it needs. Secondly, prioritize sleep. When you sleep is where the growth hormone peaks. So your sleep has to be very good. You cannot be skipping sleep. Go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time. This will regulate your circadian rhythm, which will make everything easier. And also your diet has a good influence on how well your sleep will be, and lifestyle, of course. And then train with intensity, but don't overtrain. Strength training, heavy strength training, compound lifts will stimulate your central nervous system. And this will help you get stronger, get a healthier CNS. A CNS that responds better because you're giving it the stimulus to work. It's like an engine of the car. If you don't use the car, the engine will have problems. The car is supposed to be driving. And if it's not driving, it will have problems. The central nervous system is kind of similar. You have to use it. If you don't use it, you lose it. So a quick recap. For your hormones to be well, you need your gut and your nervous system to be functioning properly. Too much in the central nervous system, you'll fry your nervous system and your hormones will tank. You don't want to give it too much that you can recover, but you want to give it enough that it has a good stimulus, that it grows, and it becomes healthy. And your gut, you need to be able to absorb the nutrients properly. You want to give it enzyme-rich foods, bacteria-rich foods in its raw state that will help rebuild the gut, give you the nutrients, the minerals, all that you need to become healthy and be able to operate to your 100%. Now, the second layer, the cellular energy layer. At the core of your energy system is the mitochondria. They're basically the power plants of your cells, and the fuel that they use is important. It's what makes a big difference here. And the structure of your cell membranes will determine how good they are at producing energy. Now, why is this important? If your cells are built with fats like seed oils, they will stiffen, they will become rock hard, they will have trouble producing energy, trouble working. The signals will be slow, so you'll produce less energy, you'll feel lazy, you'll feel down. So important here, the fats that you eat. Secondly, if your mitochondria doesn't get the proper nutrients, they will burn fast, they will burn out fast. They will be weak, they will not be able to run the energy for longer periods of time. And no matter how much coffee you drink or energy drinks you drink, will not solve these problems. These problems come from a cellular level. So you want to fix things from a cellular level so you can operate to your 100%. Now, how do you do it? How do you make your cells, your mitochondria, function at its highest potential? First thing is the raw fats. Raw fats are the building blocks of a high-performance cell. Raw milk, raw egg yolks, raw cream, raw cheese, raw butter, raw fat from the steak. These foods provide the fat, the cholesterol that will rebuild your cells, and the myelin sheath around your nerves, giving you the boost of energy that you need, making your cells run for longer periods of time, making them strong and healthy. And the healthier, the stronger these membranes are, the faster the communication in your body will be, and the more energy you can produce. The myelin sheath is a very important thing. I'll link another video here on the myelin sheath so you can know more about this. I will not talk about it because the video will be way too long. And now, what you can do to make your cells operate in the highest level. First, remove the seed oils. Remove the toxic food. Include at least one source of raw fats into your diet. It can be raw egg yolks, which is I think the easiest one to include in a diet. Hydrate your body with mineral-rich foods and water. Hydration is not just plain water, it has to be water full of minerals and also foods that contain water and they are very rich in minerals. Tomatoes, cucumbers, fruits, all these foods with a lot of water are very good for hydration. And also the fats. Fats are needed for maximum hydration. Eat more raw foods. The more raw foods you eat, the less energy you'll spend in digestion. And the more bacteria you consume, the better it will be for energy production, because bacteria does help with energy production and with a lot of functions in the body. In third place, the detox layer. Even if you're training and eating right, the toxins and inflammation can clog your body and slow down everything. This, I would say, is the Achilles heel of most of the people. This is where they get things wrong. And why this happens? Because they consume toxic foods, foods in plastic, foods in cans, which are all toxic, processed foods, seed oils. And these causes inflammation. And when your body gets inflamed, the first thing you want to do is get rid of the inflammation, so it will use the energy, the resources to get rid of the inflammation, and you'll not have energy to do other stuff. And it blocks your central nervous system from working properly. When you have toxins in your body, it will always affect the functions in your body, also your central nervous system. Your body will use all the energy, all the resources to get the toxins out, to get rid of the inflammation. So you may feel sluggish, feel down, not as energetic during the day, to work out, to think, to be focused, and all of that. And how do you minimize or remove these toxins and inflammation of your body? Again, raw foods. Raw foods have a natural detox effect because of the enzymes and the bacteria present in them. They help bind and remove or expel these toxins from your body. So this is one of the importance of including raw foods into your diet. So what you can do is rotate raw foods in your diet. Fish, meat, eggs, milk. This will help you detoxify some toxins from your body, reduce inflammation. Avoid processed foods, foods in plastic, in can, all of these things have toxins and they will leach into your food when they come in contact with your food. Avoid eating overcooked foods because the toxins in the pan will leach into the food, and the more you cook it, the more the toxins will leach from the pans, especially if you use these plastic coating pans that have Teflon or toxins, heavy metals that are very dangerous. They should avoid as much as possible. The thing is, the cleaner your biology is, the cleaner your body is, the more energy you produce, the better you feel, the more power you have in the gym, the better you can focus, the better you can operate to do things on a daily basis, have energy from the moment you wake up till the moment you go to bed, and you will function properly without being lazy or unmotivated. Lastly, the bone and the structure layer. Most people just think about the muscles and they forget about the tendons and the bones and how important these structures are. These are the hidden foundation for strength and longevity. And why? If your bones and tendons are weak, you'll have more injuries, you'll not be able to be as strong as possible or to be an elite strength athlete. Your hormones and central nervous system regulates your bone growth potential. So these are very important things that you have to get in consideration, because these four things are all interconnected. One will affect the other. So if you want your bones to develop properly, you want your hormones, your gut, your central nervous system, and not being toxified, all of these things to be in a good place. Not only that, but your bone structure, the bone growth will influence how you look, how good you look, how tall you are, and how strong you can get, and how you can promote more bone growth. All of these starts in the gut. If your gut can absorb the minerals properly, can utilize the minerals properly, you'll have a better bone growth, especially as you're growing up. Your gut has to have the ability to absorb the magnesium, the calcium, so it can go to the bones and your body can utilize it to grow bones. If you pair strong bones and tendons with good hormones, with good muscle, you'll be strong. You'll have a good physique. You'll look good. And what you can do, eat raw dairy. You have the calcium and all the minerals that your body needs to grow. Bone marrow is also a good thing that will promote osteoblasts, that will promote bone growth. Get exposure to sun. Vitamin D will help get the calcium absorbed and utilized to get your bones to develop. Train with heavy loads, squats, deadlifts, dips, pull-ups. All of these will help your bones get stronger, your tendons get stronger. So if you want your body to operate at 100%, apply these things and you'll see that with enough time, you'll see big difference. And don't forget, if you want help with this, if this is you want to go to the next level, you want to be able to operate to your maximum potential, whether it's having more energy, better gut health, get stronger, better physique, go in the first link in the description. I'll be glad to help you out. Book a free call. We'll hop on a call and I'll help you out. And if you want to work with me, nice. If you don't want to work with me, it's also nice. See y'all in the next video.